reality. In Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, a new spiritual center found its home.
Christ the true light from above, you have filled the world with light, and you freed it from despair, and dispelled the dark of sin. Oh, faith, come, our Savior, look on us with love, and abundant light. Cross and Sharbel, light has come for all to see. The light of great love that reveals your face, O Lord. May His prayers obtain for us eternal light when we leave this passing world. Saint Sharbel, in your light, you serve God most faithfully, as you prayed in solitude, nourished by the Spirit's grace, and now you have gained a place among the saints in the choir of light.
In the presence of His Excellency Bishop Gregory Meltzer, Bishop of the Eparchy of St. Maron of Brooklyn, and with many clergy in attendance, including Bishop David Zubik, the Roman Catholic Bishop of Pittsburgh, and Bishop Anthony Spinoza, representing Bishop Elias Zaidan, a new spiritual center was dedicated.
In the church, there's a very important principle. It's called apostolic succession. That's how one generation passes the faith to the other. We know that through the bishops. The bishops are the successors of the apostles, and they lay hands on the next generation of bishops, and they on the next. We also do that with the chrism. In the Maronite Church, we take chrism from last year's chrism, add it to this year's chrism, and then next year we add that to next year's chrism. That apostolic succession brings us back to the time of the apostles. And I think that's what's happening here with Epiphany Center and the St. Sharbel Spirituality Center. It was, as the bishop mentioned, it was created. It began at Duquesne University with Dr. Susan Muto and Father Adrian Van Camp. And it outgrew Duquesne University, so they found this place, they dedicated the land, they built the process here, built everything here. We Maronites, as I mentioned earlier, did one thing. We added St. Sharbel's picture and his relic. So we got credit for a lot. But as one of my faithful critics has told me, said, Bishop, congratulations, but this is not about you. This is not for your glory, even though you might think it is. So I said to him, thank you very much for reminding me. And I tell you honestly, brothers and sisters, this is really not only not for our glory, or even for St. Sharbel's glory, but it is for the glory of God and the salvation and good of His people. It was intended to help people seek God, and not just seek Him willy-nilly, but to seek Him and find Him. It's possible. This is Catholic spirituality. In the words of the medievals, we are capax Dei. In Latin, that means capable of God. That's how He created us. He created us capable of a union with Him, a union that is so beautiful that it enhances one's whole life. And that was St. Sharbel's life.
First of all, my thanks to you, my brother, Bishop Gregory, and to all of you for inviting me to be a part of this historic moment. You know, I bring with me the gratitude of all the faithful of the Roman Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh, especially on this occasion when this beautiful center of spirituality is rededicated for the purposes for which it was built. Dr. Susan Budo, for a number of years, really operated the Epiphany Association. And here, large numbers of people would come to get the refreshment of their souls and a deeper connection with our dear Lord. And so how appropriate that we would remember the great saint, hermit of the 19th century, Saint Sharbel as we dedicate this special place, as it becomes an invitation for many people in the future to come to this desert as an opportunity to connect with the Lord and go deeper in love with Him. May God truly bless us all who are here today. Bless all those who will come here over the course of these years, and bless each of us as we take hand in hand and heart to heart on our journey to God's kingdom in heaven. Praised be God forever.
Dr. Ann Bullrich, the Executive Director, explained the mission and vision of St. Sharbel Spiritual Center.
You know, the goal of this center is to grow in holiness through the intercession of St. Sharbel as we devote ourselves to the Eucharist and our Blessed Mother. Really, that's it, to imitate St. Sharbel, to, have a deeper devotion to our Lord and our Blessed Mother. The center here is on 3 acres, and it's a center of spirituality, to go deeper in our spirituality. We're able to house people to have a retreat. We have different talks and lectures, but more than that, we have daily adoration and divine liturgy every day, Monday through Friday. And what we're finding is that this is like a beacon of light in the community. People from all over the Pittsburgh area, from both the Roman Catholic and the Maronites, come here as a place of retreat, if you will, to spend 30 minutes with our Lord in adoration. There's so much chaos in our world today that it's hard to find a quiet place. And so if we can create that place to allow us to hear God's voice in a very quiet way, intimate way, then His power can be manifested in our life. And I think St. Sharbel is the perfect example of that. He's a miracle worker. And so, as a medical doctor, I believe that there's truly healing that happens, not only in the soul, but in the body as well, as long as we have faith. And so as the director of the Spiritual Life Center, our goal is to grow in faith, to ask God to help us to trust Him, to imitate St. Sharbel and our Blessed Mother. And I think this is the time for that.
Along with Dr. Ann, Subdeacon Vincent Michael, the Assistant Director, takes care of the center and communicates with interested visitors. After the dedication of the center, Bishop Gregory exposed the Blessed Sacrament for a period of Eucharistic adoration and thanksgiving. Bishop Gregory then presided over the celebration of the Divine Liturgy, assisted by concelebrating clergy, including Father Samir Shibli, pastor of Our Lady of Victory Church, the hosting parish, and served by the choir of St. Anthony of the Desert Church in Fall River, Massachusetts, led by their pastor, Monsignor James Root. After the Divine Liturgy, the attendees enjoyed a lavish dinner prepared by the parish, followed by a concert of Arabic and English Maronite hymns performed by the choir of St. Anthony of the Desert, under the director Evan Massoud.